Evening everyone. Sorry for the delay getting started. It's now just been iRacing, so lots of different cables to sort out. The wheel is already on now. So yes, the rumours are false. I'm not dead yet, I think. Just been doing other motorsport related stuff this week. Evening everyone in the chat, evening Nathan, evening Al, Ian, Jack Balding Racing 25. Much better than Jack Balding Racing 24 in my opinion. Evening Barry, evening Steve. I feel a little bit rusty at this streaming lark. Oh, that's why. We're going to be probably mainly at Seaside tonight. Bit of Seaside. Bit of Tsukuba. Now how do I turn this music off? You know what? I'd be terrible as a radio DJ. Talk amongst yourselves. I think we'll jump into this race at Seaside. There we go. Now I feel like I'm streaming and not a kind of poor radio DJ. Hope everyone has had a fantastic Monday, although it feels like a Sunday for me because I had to stay off. So tomorrow feels like a Monday, as strange as that is. But I hope everyone had a fantastic Monday. For me, I had my Motorsport UK F3 iRacing round this evening at Lime Rock Park, which I understand is kind of a staple track in iRacing. It's a bread and butter of iRacing, but I'd never driven it before until today. Really fun track. Kind of a weird chicane in there that's all about slow in, fast out, which is something I've really been trying to improve. In practice, we were about 8th of the 12 people in my league, all fully fledged real-life motorsport drivers driving F3, F4, Ginetta Juniors, that kind of stuff, and me, Club 100. In quali, stuck it on P4, which is pretty good, so moving on up. The leader span on the second corner, and we moved up to P2. We then overtook the guy in first, moved up to first, and we were just easing out a lead over him. So we eased out about a 3-second lead. Overtaking back markers is always really difficult. It's been the bane of this championship. If you've seen any of my other videos in the championship, back markers are just absolutely nightmarish. And we hit a back marker. We hit Molly Dodd, unfortunately, when we were overtaking her. And I didn't lose my front wing, but I basically lost a lot of aero performance. And it's not a good track to lose aero performance because of the winding corners. So the guy in second place reeled us in. The guy in third place got us as well. So we ended up in third place, which is a shame. We were on for my first win of the season at an unfavoured track, which would have been great. There we go, that's better. But it is what it is. A first place would have got me within 2 points of third in the championship. As it is, we're about 12 points off third. But going into a series of tracks that I've actually driven before. So, oh shh! I've got my brake mod in. Cue the music again. Bear with me, everyone. I need to take the brake mod out. If you want to see, you can see me working the. How long have we got? I'm not even in them. What am I doing? In with 9 seconds to spare. Now we've just got to do the brake mod. Right. It's gonna be like F1 style mechanics, this. Okay, we got the brake mod out, but I saw we got disconnected, so maybe we'll swim on over to Tsukuba. Maybe? Or should we try and set a time at Seaside? I'm pretty easy. Why don't you let me know while I catch up in the chat? Sorry everyone for being so... What have I been? I've been tardy, I've been forgetful, and very other not flattering adjectives. Evening Danny Smith, and there's me, nice new photo there. Looking very swag. Barry, set a lap time. Okay, Seaside, let's set a lap time at Seaside. What's the car that people have been using? I'm so out of the loop here. How's in the RCZ? So, looks like the Huracan's pretty good. I seem to remember it's pretty good in the chicane. Supras, McLarens. We have a bit of cash, so we could buy something and dress it up. I think we have to race in a Frey Bentos livery, so that kind of gives us a few options. Issa's going for the F-Type. Well done, Issa, on your first win. Issa got his first win in GT Sport Mode today. It's a big round of applause for Issa. I can't remember my first win, which is a bit disappointing. I can remember my first FIA win though. But I haven't had many FIA wins. A vote for a V12. Is that the Aston? Because we can do that. If you mean the Aston, we'll try the Aston. I'll have to purchase it. Yeah, when I race on iRacing in the F3s, I have to use the brake mod because otherwise it's just you don't really have any feel in the brake around the biting point for locking up. Right, I think I'm going to pick up the Aston if that's been recommended. Evening, Binny. Right. Is the Aston going to be a good car here? Who really cares? It's the Ulticat. Let's do it. Slap on a Frey Bentos and that will give us at least a couple of extra trends. It is Group 3, right? It's an expensive mistake if I've got this wrong. I don't think I have. Yeah, because of GTO was there. Hope everyone had a very good Sunday lobby. Sorry I couldn't make it, although they did kind of make it on the old remote play. Doing some commentary by text. To be honest, I was just trying to put you all off. Put my hands up there. Some good battles though. But I don't know. I've only done that track once the other way around when it came up last season for FIA in the old Formula 1 car, which I really enjoyed. I did a lot of download deliveries now. Luckily, you can see Al's account here. The only friend I have on this account, I think, is Al. Here we go. Boom. Ooh, I really liked it. I could have just signed for Aston in FIA, couldn't I? Save the money. It's a huge trap to learn. Saint Crotch. That's what it translates to from French. Barry, once master is superb. I do get that feeling. It feels like a track that you feel like you've actually travelled places in the real world. If that makes sense. You kind of move from locations to locations. I think even Le Mans can't really give that sense of movement around. Right, let's dress this thing up. There we go. And we'll try and set a time, because no doubt we'll get a punted at turn 1 anyway. And I haven't raced GT Sport for a long time. Feel like I've been out of the loop. Sunday we were karting with Mr. on the podium. And boy do we have some good battles down there at the kart track. Oh. And I checked out the videos. The videos are going to be good. The quality is good. Last time I went karting in Club 100, I haven't uploaded any of the videos because the audio just basically has rendered it completely unusable. But the videos from Sunday are absolutely fantastic. Vinny, I've not tried this race yet. My son has come with the PS4. I think what we need to do, we need to have a dads and lads race, like a relay. So like the lads do 3 laps and then the dads do 3 laps. It'd be like the parents race at Sports Day. It's a socially distanced version of that. Or not dad and lad, dads and girls as well. Right. Let's stop this music. It's doing my proverbial nutting. That's better. Yeah, I couldn't even take Barry out last night. I was trying on the old touchscreen. Right, I've unplugged my headphones. Here we go. Finally racing. Let's get up a ghost and see how slow I am. Who are we going to use? I feel like the McLaren might be a good car to use. Let's try it. Ian, trying to learn Goodwood and that's doing my brain selling. Don't overwork that brain cell, Ian. You've already got one. But I think Goodwood's coming up, is it Wednesday? For, is it manufacturers on Wednesday, I think? Andy with the KRT account. I've made another friend, yes. Maybe keep it in 5th there, I don't know. Got traction on. Oops. Dragon Trail Seaside is up there with Monza in terms of my favourite tracks in the game. So hopefully we can get up to pace quickly and jump into the lobby. We are on the ult account, so... Oops. Vinny's pretty good on Fortnite, yeah. Maybe that's a spin-off we do on the channel. I've never played Fortnite. I've done a bit of PUBG in my time, but I've never done Fortnite. Oh, here we go, Death Chicane. So, I'm guessing people that have done this, it's not flat in the Group 3s. So is it just a lift, I presume? Such an understeery corner, that one. Just literally understeer for weeks on end. How's lad getting to Rocket League? I did play Rocket League when it first came out, and I found it very frustrating because I was really no good at it. I was genuinely very, very bad at Rocket League. It's up a cheeky half a second there on the previous time. We'll take it. This was messy last time. Still missing that apex, but it is what it is. Yeah, not doing great there. I feel like the Aston isn't going to be very good through that part, actually. I was thinking about, doing this in the R8. But, doing it for Aston Martin. It's a bit sad, but I think Aston Martins, I can't imagine I'd ever in my life have an Aston Martin. So it's quite nice to drive it in the game. Bit messy through there, but as long as you don't hit it. It's a very nice feeling when you nail the death chicane. Cheat death. Many different ways to take that corner, most of them really bad. Ian, isn't this Audi now? Someone recommended the Aston. What am I doing faffing about on the Aston if it's Audi territory? Oh well. We'll have to beat all of those Audis in the Aston then. Whoops, I've outbraked myself there every time. I think we've got... Gonna get my wheel back. I think we've got the pace. Let's jump into the lobby. I think we can knock a second of that very, very quickly. East the Jag is a good shout. Why is it out of the funds now? I'm destitute. I've only got 255,000 credits. Which gets you nothing. So we'll have to go with the Aston and hope the Aston earns us enough credits to replace it. Like any good capitalist. Barry, I found the Aston suffers from understeer and a loss of traction. Well, you guys are really making me feel good about choosing the Aston. Barry, the GTR is a better shout than the Aston, and the NSX is. Great. Who recommended the Aston? To be honest, I really like the Aston, so as in just the concept of driving for Aston Martin. Even GT Grandad? Sorry, don't think I said hello. And that bloke in the hat. Hope you're both well. Back on the stream. GT Grandad was doing the streaming duties last night. How did you find it, GT Grandad? Did you read the chat and crash? Because if you didn't, you've passed level 1 of streaming. I still haven't passed that level yet. Let's add Steve on here. Jetty Jonas followed me. But you're all slamming in those requests now. Right. Whoops. My bad. That's actually what Ant looks like in real life. Chiseled. Right. There we go. 5 minutes to go. Back in GT Sport, it feels so comforting. It's like coming home through the rain and the cold and having a really nice cup of tea. It's comforting in front of the fireplace. Not that I have or have ever had a fireplace. GT Grandad, you made me crash. Tried reading your comment. That was the idea. That was purely what I was doing. So, good to hear. I'll try not to read any comments through Death Chicane. That's streaming level 50. That's like peak. Ian, I nearly had to watch F1 in your absence. I didn't catch the race because I think it was on earlier on Channel 4 and I think I was still coming back from karting. But I did watch the Channel 4 post-race analysis and I thought it was really good. I thought it was really, really good. They did a bit where they talked about the history of Red Bull racing and it was very cool. But a very controversial penalty for Hamilton. That wasn't the most controversial motorsport penalty given to a British racing driver that day, I can tell you. On the podium we'll be able to attest to that. On the controversy-o-meter, Hamilton's was like a 0. But someone else got one that was like a 1,000,000. Incredibly controversial. We will reveal all in due course. Please do feel free to tap the like button if you're enjoying me rambling before a race. Hopefully the racing will be of good quality. We have set a qualifying time, although it's not the fastest we can do. We'll try not to bin it in the Aston. I think the yeses are going to be quite difficult in the Aston. I think that's where the R8 is really good. Binny's like Gemini. There's 2 of him. Got that old. Is that the Motorstorm RC icon, Binny? Okay. That was a hell of a game, Motorstorm RC. GT Grandad, worst race this year. Isn't Sochi famed for being quite a boring race? But I think the exciting tracks are coming up. Imola, Portimao. There's another new one that I can't remember. Barry, this is how I felt when I played Assassin's Creed on PC2 and F1 2019. And yet GT Sport gave me that feeling of I missed you and no other game can replace you. I know how you feel, Barry. And when GT7 comes out and the PS5 and everything, I know it'll be new and exciting and cool, but I think there will be a part of me that will miss the regularity and like just GT Sport is just always there for you. If you want racing, it's always there, 24 hours a day. 3 or 4 races every hour in 3 different tracks. It's a really good balance and very accessible. If I was doing an iRacing stream tonight, and I was thinking about it because I was all plugged in for iRacing, I just finished my race. If I was doing the iRacing equivalent, it's not as plug and play. You have to do warm-up laps and it's not quite the same. I think the F1 games don't feel as... The racing doesn't feel as real as GT Sport. The F1 games have always felt quite artificial to me, which is understandable because they're trying to convey driving a Formula 1 car and make it, possible for people to do on gamepads and stuff. Ian, have you got a film of On the Podium's indiscretion? It wasn't his indiscretion. but he would have been the beneficiary. It turns out. GT Grandad, GT taught me how to drive a real car way back when. Yes. I think for anyone that grew up with the likes of Gran Turismo 2, and I didn't, but that must have been very, very cool. Very cool. Easter, I wonder if GT7 will be more serious or arcadey. I think it looks like there's going to be more single player elements. So that's not necessarily serious or arcadey, but it's going to be more, you know, you have to oil your car. There'll be a second-hand shop, it looks like, and all that kind of stuff. So it's not really serious or arcadey. It's more. There's more stuff for single players. Single players? Yeah, whatever. People to do in single player. In terms of the online stuff, I'd be surprised if they massively changed it. I think there's a pretty good balance. The most contentious thing is the penalty system. Now, I was doing iRacing today, and every time there was a bit of contact, or most of the time, both cars got a penalty point. And then when you hit your threshold of penalty points, which is, you know, each server can have a different threshold, that's it, you're disqualified. As far as I'm aware, you can't be disqualified in a GT Sport race unless you leave it on pause for too long. Which to me is a little bit surprising, actually. I wonder if the game would be better from a kind of driving standard perspective if, let's say, as soon as you accumulated 5 seconds of penalties, or you lost like 20 or 30 SR, it just disqualified you. Because that might actually discourage. We've spoken a lot on this channel about why, for example, these lobbies are so dirty. And my viewpoint is that a lot of these drivers, they might be used to playing Need for Speed or Grid or whatever, and it's just the way you drive in those games. So I don't necessarily blame them, or I'm surprised that they drive the way they do. But the game doesn't really give them a penalty, because if you don't care about your SR, you just want to race online. Why do you care if you're getting SR downs? It doesn't matter. The only thing you might care about is if you got a penalty. So if you got disqualified. That was a long ramble. Black flag point. Yeah, I agree. So in iRacing, I've been disqualified in iRacing. I made a video on it. So I thought it was outrageous. But yeah, good to be back in GT Sport. I think this corner would be a lot easier in the R8, and I've been braking too late here. Get all over that curb. Ooh, is the TT going to be a decent car here? Why would the TT not be a good car? What are people driving? Not the TT, sorry, the Beetle. GT Grandad, I never needed driving lessons. Got my license thanks to GT No Money Spent Lessons. Well, actually, I did record some videos with someone who is learning to drive, and we recorded some videos of them doing the license test on GT Sport. I've just never got around to editing it and uploading it. But I did do some videos with that exact premise in mind, which is, can the license test in GT Sport actually kind of help you to become a better driver? The answer was maybe. Let's get past this bush. Blue tick bush. Should we go for a move here? Why not? Nope. Abort. Oh yeah, I forgot. The Aston likes to kill you at every opportunity. Whoa. The Aston is actually going to be quite tricky here, to be honest. Right, let's try not to bin it at the chicane and move up on this guy. It would be good to move up the lobbies, to be honest, because it is very chaotic down here. Ooh. Twitchy. That was absolutely horrific. But we live to tell the tale. Let's try a different line that time. Ian with the 2 lessons. I was in a Mercedes E-Class recently. Ooh. I think it was quite a new Mercedes E-Class. It's basically the nicest car I've ever been in my life. And when the driver was reversing, the dash in the front gave him like a 360-degree view of where his car was. Was it not? Ooh. Not a computer generated thing, but an actual using cameras all around the car gave him a real-time view. And I was thinking, if you did a driving test in that, when it came to the parallel parking, 3-point turn and everything, surely that's a bit of a cheat mode. I mean, what stops you theoretically from... Whoa. Just made that more interesting. What stops you theoretically from taking your driving test in a rented Mercedes E-Class with all of the cameras? Maybe insurance. I'd like to say I did that on purpose, but I didn't. I just binned it as I was thinking about the Mercedes E-Type. Whoa! What's going on here? We're used to those things in this channel, to be honest. It doesn't faze us. Ooh, that's a bit of aggressive contact. And I want to see how the R8 does in these... Okay, we're just going to overtake it. Is that going to be a penalty? Yes. Oh, the Aston's actually not very good for that second part. Just about got that stopped. And now it's time for the big dog, Mr. Roman Reigns. What's the big dog going to do? If you go defensive here, it's actually very hard to be overtaken. You can just chill out on the apex here. So that's my top tip. If you get a really bad exit from the dash chicane, and it's safe to do so, then taking that defensive line quite early is actually really powerful. Is he going to try and do a move here? Almost. Fair play, went for it. As the leader's pulled out a casual 10-second lead. read the chat in a second, so don't bin it. There we go. The leader's had a moment. Let's get a bit of a drift on there. I think as long as you get into a rhythm in the Dash King where you just, even if you lose a couple of tenths, as long as you're not going to bin it, I'd probably take that. Rather than being on the edge every time. Alright, well, so we just about get that fastest lap. Yeah, it would be fun to come from the back actually, but I'm sure with that lap time we will be coming from the back as we hopefully go up the SR bands. Some YouTube stuff going, hopefully the stream is all good. Stream health. Yeah, the stream should be good. I saw drivers all doing the Stranger Things stuff, but we live to tell the tale. Hope you enjoyed the racing tonight. Please do feel free to tap that like button. If you're enjoying the racing at Seaside. It's fantastic Frey Bentos livery. Courtesy of Al in the chat. I think I can get used to the Aston actually. The Aston is one of these cars where I think we first dialed it in at Catalonia a little while ago. And basically it likes to really oversteer on the power in about second gear. But not in a completely catastrophic way. You can actually control it and just get a little bit of extra rotation and then bring it back into line, which is quite satisfying. Evening, Andy. Evening, Detonator. Hope you're both well. As we were at Seaside, I missed the Seaside practice last night. I don't know how it went. But we've got a few more ads there, so we can see what the leaderboard is saying. Okay. Well, we don't need to do a quality time on this account. So coming up in FIA, it is Fuji, sorry, Goodwood here, which we can't see manufacturers. Goodwood and then Fuji. I've never driven Goodwood before, ever. So if anyone's up for a little practice lobby tomorrow, I'd definitely be up for that. But we'll stick with Seaside at the moment, and we'll stick in the Vantage. This car seems to be fairly good, but I think the Vantage is okay. Hopefully we will pick up SR and maybe get into the A lobbies and then have some good battling there in the midfield is kind of my hope. It's the alt account. Donator Ian, YouTube isn't showing your comment on one of my vids. I see notification and went to the comment. I have that all the time, Donator. I've had it with a lot of your comments. You can see it, and then you can't see it. It's like YouTube thinks it's spam. Donator, what S are you? I don't know. I'll have a check now. We'll have a very quick check. Bear with me. I vaguely remember the last stream we did ended on a kind of sour note with the SR. Yeah, we're on 54, which is not that high. I'm surprised that's B actually. Must just be about B. Yeah, so at the end of whenever we did the last stream, we went down to 45, even though we had been as high as 69. We're now up to 51. I think that was a clean race. Maybe not a clean race bonus, but we didn't get any penalties that I saw, and we went up 6. So it's kind of slim pickings with the SR, to be honest, as it usually is, which is a little bit frustrating. It's a lot easier to lose SR than rebuild it. I feel like the balance is maybe a little bit out of kilter there. Ian's going to be practicing Goodwood tomorrow all evening. Nice. Issa Rafiq got a notification from Track and Trace app saying I may have been near someone. But when I go into app, no mention of it. Well, if they said you may have been near someone, maybe they don't know for certain, or maybe someone in a place you were in tested positive, but they don't know if you were there at the same time or something. Donated to Pat Sharp's mullet. Turns out to be the guy I raced at Brands. He commented, but I can't actually see it. Yeah, someone mentioned Pat Sharp's mullet before. Morning, Loopy. You're definitely not late. You're super, super early. It's just the weird way time zones work and kind of melt my brain. Barry, remove that app. It breaks all privacy rights, and the police have been told to remove it as well. I don't know. Haven't heard anything about that. Haven't been in the news. There was some good racing last night. I think Loopy was looking very racy last night from what I saw, and GT Grandad. Down at St. Crotch as the auto check likes to change it to. Yeah, back on GT Sport. It's like riding a bike, actually. To be fair, I have been doing a lot of racing in the last few days, just not on GT Sport. Look at the seaside here. You can actually see it's a rare view of the seaside. How do you actually access that bit of beach? I guess you have to walk just over the... Oops, we've lost it. Over the thing. Road Warrior Max, welcome to the stream. Hope you're well. Do let us know what the latest is with your bike and the was it the impounding issue? I recently watched one of karting vids with 360 camera. To my surprise, Edmund Blackadder was driving. I hope you like the 360 karting vids. They're not immediately obvious that they are 360, so I wonder how many people have watched them and it's not obvious that you can just literally look everywhere. But I took how many races I did? I did 5 races on Sunday. So I have 5 videos. They're all good videos, apart from the last one where my contact lens fell out halfway through the race. So I was on for a podium in the last race and my contact lens fell out, and then I didn't really go hell for leather. I would have felt a bit irresponsible if I'd had a crash and then I'd have to say, oh yeah, by the way, my contact lens fell out. GT Grandad, I'm using a new configuration on pad and it seems a bit better. Sorry to hear that your rig is being massively delayed. Hopefully it's coming soon. It'll be worth it, no doubt. Yeah, there is all kinds of magic you do on the pad. I think the default way of changing the gears is using cross and square or something. And personally, I think it's better to use the bumpers, but I think that's a personal preference thing. Evening, Roswald. Hope you're well. I don't know if you were down at Clay at the weekend for the Club 100s BUKC grads. I'm on the old count at the moment, so I probably won't see you unless you have a calamity with your SR, which I hope you don't. So I hope I don't see you. Issa with a 148 at Seaside. Not bad. I see you've got that taste for it now. Now you've got your first win. That's quite a nice place to watch, where those grandstands are. There's a lot of overtaking manoeuvres going into the next corner. That's where probably I'd be. Either there or... No, I wouldn't be there. I'd be at Death Chicane. I'd be there crack of dawn, Death Chicane, right at the back of the grandstand to give the best view. And sometimes when you go to tracks, if you sit at the back of the grandstand or stand at the back, you can actually see behind the grandstand and get like a bonus view. That's probably where I'd be. But there's a lot of racing excuses. As Mr. Super GT says, if you don't have a lot of racing excuses, are you even a racing driver? Russell had a great few fails recently. For some reason, voice control turned itself on, and apparently AMG GT sounds like a jet disc. Why were you saying AMG GT anyway? Oh, Russell's on the... Oh, okay, well maybe I'll see you, Russell. Maybe. Wasn't it clear we'll be at Butmore this weekend, 24 hour, and then next weekend at Wilton. So I'll see you at Wilton. And good luck for the Butmore 24 hours. So, for anyone that doesn't know, I think the Butmore 24 hours is one of the most prestigious endurance karting events in the UK. You know, kind of famous drivers turn up in it. And Russell, I think, used to hold the track record there. And has won the Butmore 24 hours, if I remember. Maybe I got that wrong. So Russell will be there. I think Nathan will be there as... No, Nathan is doing the MK Enduro. Makes me want to do a 24-hour race again. But the day after a 24-hour race isn't great, especially if you're driving back. Even when all the fires crap is over, we must meet up at a race weekend. Yes, when it's all over, we'll go to a karting track, and we'll just all punt each other off. Loopy would have won 39.6. Not a bad time, I think. We'll try and do a better time. I feel a bit conflicted now because I'm not sure why we did a time, because it's normally fun going from the back. But as we progress up the lobbies, that time won't stand up. Pretty sure. Loopy in the Aston as well, nice. Full screen, thanks Binny. What would I do without you guys? Good to be back. It feels like I've had a break from streaming, although there hasn't really been a break. But I did really miss it. Even now when I did the iRacing race, which I'm not allowed to stream because of the Motorsport UK regs, I recorded it to hopefully do a quick video, and then for some reason the sound hadn't recorded it. It selected a different audio input when nothing was happening. So that's useless. We're streaming, just touch wood, kind of just works. Yes, do use that website, Danny Smith. It's very helpful. It refreshes after every race. Andy Usampon got booted. You know what? We got booted from our first race as well, Andy. And in the last race, we had some weird Stranger Things, cars and different dimension stuff happening again. So maybe some stress on the service tonight. Maybe Dr. Disrespect is on GT Sport. Just breaking the internet. I think you want to take as much as that curb on the inside as possible. As we let them fight behind. No doubt we'll make a mistake somewhere and they'll all catch up. Slow and fast out, but that was a bit too slow. Yep, still haven't got the hang of that. But it is such a good track they've made here. It really does flow. Right, here we go. Death chicane. Will we bin it? Whoa! Okay, that was a little bit slidey, but to be honest, that was pretty good through Death chicane for me. Maybe we can kind of move up the lobbies. Oh, I can see my internet's gone to 3 bars. Stream looks okay. Yeah, as we move up the lobbies, we won't be near the front. I'm sure of that. Oops. I forgot my braking marker for that corner. Oh, it's a red bar. That is not good. So the internet is a bit... Oh, I can see the stream's gone down to real potato level quality. I do apologise for that. I will check what's going on with the internet. But I have changed the settings, so instead of us just getting dropped out of the stream, it basically just murders the resolution for a little bit until it can catch up. I'm not really looking at what I'm doing, I'm just looking at the stream preview. But what was it, about a month ago we had a couple of streaming issues. I'm pretty sure all of that was just down to my ISP. And what's the time? It's 10 o'clock on a Sunday. That's a pretty peak time for internet, I'd say. I know Key25 had big issues with his internet last week and actually prevented him from streaming. And he's a full-time streamer, so that is quite irritating. As long as the stream doesn't drop, it will fix itself fairly quickly. Maybe something is updating in the background. Anyway, quite an uneventful race so far. Whoa, I was looking at that yacht. There's a huge yacht on the left there. Hit the wall there, but I'm really getting the hang of Death chicane now. Hopefully a healthy lot of DR. We've never really qualified on the odds count before, so we've never actually, I think, meaningfully picked up DR. Three bars, ominous. Anyway, I'm glad I changed that setting, so it takes a bit of the stress away. Right, only one more opportunity to bin it at dash chicane. Let's see what we can do. Why not bin it before dash chicane? It's a shame I've been taking it alright sometimes. Okay, we'll take the win. Let me just check the old internet. Yeah, should be back to normal now. Don't know what's going on. Ian, I have to say, Barry, you're becoming a bit of an alien. I've seen your race. I couldn't fathom how you drive that quickly. Well, Barry is, I'd say, getting to... Barry, you must be close to top split races. Obviously, my DR on the main account has never... By the way, I don't think I've driven on the main account since we did that Road to A+. For various reasons. But maybe Seaside is the one to do it. We can get the pace. I don't know what to say. That's the one that came up. Well, hopefully some DR there. GT Grand, that was at my end, that internet stuff. Not sure what it was, but back in the game now. Barry, look at the lap times daily race C, please, mate. Yes, sir. I'm on the old account, so I can't see your time. Oh, Puntoni's gone for daily race C on the odds. I'm not sure that's the best move to do in terms of have your alt counts there, but Halp Stark up there as well. Very fast driver, Tessie Smith. This driver, this driver, this driver, and this driver we've raced quite a lot on the stream actually. Yeah, Puntoni doesn't often stray from daily race A in terms of setting top 10 times. So he's really pulled something out the bag there. Russell went to 38.3 in the Aston. It's really dodgy over the curbs and fast S's don't like it. Yeah, I don't know why we're using it, but we've kind of gone with it. It's very squirrely, and it doesn't really like to turn in for the S's. I think I'm getting the hang of dash chicane though. So Barry with the 3:42.6. Now, considering this lap is twice kind of a normal length lap, that's a very good time. Evening, Issa. Good night. Thanks for joining. Hope you enjoy your win. Win number 1. First of many, we hope. GT kind of race C time 3:48.5. We will try race C at some point. I don't think immediately because I've never actually driven that way around the track, so it probably wouldn't be a great watch. But we will try it. What is the car for race A? It's these. Presumably one of them is OP. Yep. Pantoni up there, as we might expect. Let's just check what that's done to the DR. Loopy with a very fast time as well. So we were on 7,051 SR. We're now on 8,055, so we only got 4 SR that race. It's really not a lot, considering that you lose, I think you lose 10 SR when you get an orange SR down. And unless someone has better information, that's kind of what I think. So the fact it takes you 3 races to recover that is pretty severe. And to be honest, I reckon it's not really cleaning the racing. I think a lot of people are just probably racing on old accounts, I suspect. And saving their main accounts for FIA, where the races are often longer, so you recover SR more. You recover more SR. Evening, Ant. Hope you're well. Hope the daily racing has been good so far. It's a Monday stream for me, but it feels like a Sunday because I had the day off today. And I had a burrito. Jetty, SR down -10. It's very severe, and it's the second one often. When you're like, okay, now I'm 20 down for the race. Donator, all about the Fugu. Doesn't the Fugu have quite a special history? Or is it the one that's like a made-up car, but they took inspiration from like? I thought there's a bit of people really like the Fugu. People who are really into cars really like the Fugu. Is the way I've understood it. Russell just used it because I have livery for it. Now on the Supra. Is that a Supra? I think the Supra are looking good. We were in the Aston. I think Nathan was saying that the Ford GT might be a good car here. Binny, I had 12 SR down. It might be that, because I know well, the more important thing, I guess, is how much SR do you recover from a green sector? Because you get the green up arrow and it's like, yeah, great, recover some SR, but I don't know how much it is. It can't be that much. And it's a real car made by the guy who played Han in the Fast and Furious films. Yes, that's it. That's why people really like it. Legend in Japan. Leapy Freddy Krueger car is very similar to the car you're saying, Datsun 260Z. Was that the precursor to the 370? Z? The kind of Nissan that looks a bit like a TT from the back. Binny, green is +1. Wow, that's really not a lot, is it? That's harsh. But then we were thinking, when we did the Tsukuba race in FIA, it was a 37 lap race, so you got over 100 SR in terms of the green SRs then. So that would get your SR up to 199 no matter where you were, I guess. Yeah, definitely. We need the Supra GIF. Let's bust out a GIF. Why not? See, sometimes he does that. Sometimes he doesn't. He's not happy. He's obviously not happy about his penalty. Come on, Lewis, mate. There we go. End of the GIFs. I think the figure's a T40Z. GT Granda, does door number matter? There is a calculation on how you get points in GT Sport, and part of that is how much DR you have relative to the drivers that you finish above and or behind. The door number thing is kind of linked to it because it's meant to indicate, you know, the order of DR in a lobby, but it does sometimes get messed up. So if you have D-rated drivers in your lobby, they come before it and stuff like that, because of the way the alpha numeric numbering system works. But there is a formula out there on the internet that you can see, and it's actually quite transparent in terms of how you win and gain DR, although sometimes in the game it can feel quite random. Road Warrior Match, we need to have a Blackadder GIF. Yes, I need to add to the GIF library. It's been on my list, among many other things. But yeah, do intend to grow. If you have any GIFs that you want, stick them in the Discord, and I can just add them to the GIF thing. I'm gonna hammer these daily this week. Nice. The Sanquat race. Is that how you pronounce it? Does seem like an interesting one. It will take time to learn the track, I think. Hopefully the Sunday lobby was helpful for that Alan GT Grandad hosted. Right, we're starting from the front here, which is, I don't really want to be doing this, to be honest. I want to be starting from the back. Do we have to create an alt account? Was there any way of invalidating my time? Because either I'd like to start from the front and race really fast drivers, or start from the back and try and get through the chaos. Anyway, it's what it is. As we move up the lobbies, we will find the battle, no doubt. We're on the alt account, Barry. So we're on the CB account. I hope we can pick up kind of mountains of DR. I've never ever before qualified in this account. So normally we start from the back and we literally don't make any DR progress in the course of the stream because it's so difficult. Thanks, Binny. Roswell, door number is all the DR unless you invade low lobbies. Based on the high rate. Yeah. Loopy, basically you want to finish in front of drivers. Yes. Ultimately, you want to finish as high up as possible. And whatever your door number says, the most important thing is where you've qualified. So I'd much rather qualify first even if I've got door number 1, than qualify 5th if I've got door number 20. So if you qualify 5th to door number 20, you might get sucked up into a battle and finish 10th, then 11th, 12th, whatever. If you start first, you can just do a Hamilton. The Pierce nickname is the one on the screen. It's the one on the screen there. On the KRT account. Gary Paffey. Isn't he like a McLaren not reverse? Reserve driver. Thanks, Ant. Yeah, that's the one. Slamming in that request. Right. Here we go. Maybe I should try and do a quick time or just not bin it. I wonder if the Beetle is actually good round here. I think the Beetle has traditionally been quite a good car here. When this track was running reverse in FIA manufacturers last season, we were in the Beetle. The car of choice, I think, was the Aston, partly because of fuel. And actually in the Beetle we were able to really take it to the Astons. I think this is where the Aston really struggles. Especially this last one, it just kind of feel like I have to scrub off a lot more speed than I want. So that was an example of the back end just stepping out in a nice way and being able to use it. I'll take that. I mean, I'm having to lift quite a lot and shift down, but it feels fairly safe. Didn't go down to second there and I missed my apex. Whoa! Have a guess what I was doing there. That's really going to cost me one day. I'm not sure how much of that curb you can take. Sometimes it can really unsettle the car. This isn't great through here this time. Woo. Bit messy, got the German on our tail now. Thanks everyone for the request. It'll be good to see people's times when I'm on the odds count, because often we do start the week on the odds count. Feels pretty good through there. Again, not really doing what I wanted to do there. Getting around the corner, but not really in style. I'm trying, Ant. It's just... I feel like I should be reading the chat. Woo, it's amazing what a bit of trail braking can do into that corner. It can really, really help to get the car turned in at the last second. I'm lifting over that. I'm certain in some cars you won't need to lift there. Probably the Beetle being one of them. I just don't know what to do. I don't know whether to take... I'm not doing the corners very well, but I don't know whether I should be taking more curb in the Aston. Just teasing that back end out. Whoop. Oh no. Plebbed it massively. I did that thing where oops, sorry mate. I did that thing where I hit the death chicane on entry. Well, let's see if we can get past Mustard Tiger at least, and then we've got Magnum Dong 92 as well. Just a bit of a messy exit for him. A little bit too wide there. Thinking down into the next hairpin. Oh, I really wanted to do a cutback there. Let's take it easy here. You don't want to run into someone. Right, he's going to do the defensive line here. Maybe? No? Well, he could have done. Oh, it's going to be a bit of a drag race here, actually. I've made a bit of a mess of that. I should have probably got that position. Pretty poor exit by me. But anyway, yeah, Death Chicane claims me for the first time tonight. May not be the last. But yeah, it's that annoying one where you hit it on entry. Which is, it's almost like the turn-in is too good. Is what it is, though. Binny, only using the main account for FIAs, yes. Barry, my second account has a higher DR than my first. If you combine them, be #1 in the world. Yeah, I'm tempted to use the Beetle here. I have a feeling that the Beetle's going to be quite a nice car to use. I don't think we can afford it. Should we have a look? Maybe the wheel of cars will see what the wheel of cars is going to do. Detonator, the big SR hit. Tell us what happened, Detonator. Right, there's no Beetle here. I'll take that though. Funny thing is about these cars, so that is a, when I was growing up, you know, that was the epitome of sports car. You know, it was such a, I don't know how to, it's like it had come from another planet. Ferrari F40 was just mythical. You know, you'd never, ever think that you'd ever have one. It was otherworldly. And now, I just look at it and think, that will just handle so poorly. It's funny how things change. But the F40, I think, was one of my favourite cars growing up. It's that huge rear wing. GT Grandad Beats was fast and lobby yesterday. Oh, we got. I don't think we can afford it yet. Let's have a look. Could just sign for VW. I think it'll be 350. There's a free rental delivery of the Beats as well. I didn't know that. I did not know that, Loopy. Yeah, we need a bit more money. So we can't sell anything. Anyway, we'll continue in the Aston. Maybe on the main account we'll go on the Beetle. Andy, Beetle's quick for that chicane every time. Yeah, I just have a hunch. Should we just sign for VW? Is that acceptable? Let's continue with the Aston, I think. We shouldn't have binned it in the chicane there. If you can do it in the Aston, we'll find it a lot easier in the Beetle. It's the way to think about it. Don't need to getting SR ups almost back at S. Then I get out into DS lobbies and those guys are all over the track. Yeah, it's risky. That's the worst thing, is different braking points. And also different points where people get on full throttle after the corner. I'd say even the braking point, you can see it because every car has a brake light. So you can anticipate it better. But it's when you assume people are going to be on the throttle, actually they're not, because they're just not used to it or they're whatever, which is fine. but you can't tell. That's the killer one for me. So I tend to hit people out on them on the exit corners. Barry has Frey Beetle. Okay, we'll aspire to own a Beetle. At the moment, we've got our Aston, which we can't part exchange. Yeah, Aston feels pretty good. I just think the Beetle will be better. We're not in these lobbies. We're not at the point where those small margins are coming into play. But when you get to the higher lobbies, you need all the performance you can. You can't afford to give away any performance. Andy, I've done Jaggers. I think keeping one car you comfy is better than swapping all the time. That is a very valid way of doing it. When you know the quirks of a car. We are signed to Aston this season for manufacturers, so we should get used to it. Andy, I never tend to follow people directly. Always prefer to sacrifice my line to play it safe. Yeah, I never do. In fact, I had an incident at karting yesterday. In fact, it's funny you say that. I had an incident today in Motorsport UK F3 where I hit a back marker when I was in the lead. And I've never won a race in Motorsport F3. I hit a back marker because different, braking acceleration points. I had an issue in karting yesterday when I had a similar thing. I haven't had it today yet, I think, but we haven't really been racing with people. It's something that I need to be better at accepting. Or I need to be better at weighing up the risk of hitting someone and getting a penalty in that scenario and playing it safe. So if you play it safe, you're guaranteed to lose time. But if you risk it and assume that they're going to get a good exit, maybe there's a 30-40% chance you're going to hit them and you're going to lose more time than you lifted. Donated, I'm unusually safe. I'm usually safe, but this was unexpected. Is it one of those Donald Rumsfeld punts? GT Grandad, one for the AMG. We've never really driven the AMG much on the channel. I know GT Grandad, you were in the AMG. Yes, you've been in the AMG quite a bit, haven't you? I think you're a big fan of the AMG. I think Roswald is another person that likes the AMG. I've just never really driven it much. I don't have the Lewis Hamilton DLC, I think. Doesn't that involve the AMG for a bit of it? Oh yeah, that would be knowing the unknown. See Ian in Dictionary Corners. Just setting the records straight. But yeah, my tip here is try the Beetle. I think the Beetle would be decent here. Surprised no one in the top 10. But I think the Supra is a little bit difficult to drive. And I know people say the same about the Huracan. The McLaren I don't know. I don't think I've ever driven a McLaren in GT Sport, which is just weird. Oh yeah, Roswell's PS4 ejected the disc across the room. Maybe I could just say, Alexa, really loudly. Play Despacito. And just cause absolute chaos. Right, minute and a half to go. I hope we have a race this time. We did put a quali lap in. I'm not sure why. Andy with a quick time, 38.5. I think from that it looks like anything in the 37s is going to be a good time. Even the high 37s is going to be a good time. Andy, I think all the top 10 cars are slippy. Yeah, NSX in there as well. I think it's about the S's. If you can just get all over those curbs and get the turn in, You can save a lot of time on just kind of understeering through them. Russell, the sound of the AMG itself ejected it. Oh, just driving the car. The AMG exhaust is like in binary. It's eject disc. That is quite funny. I didn't know the PS4 had that function. It's quite cool. Don't it? I'm trying to get the McLaren round. It's okay, but I've never been able to get the speed out of it. I don't know how it handles. Is it like a power car or a? Is it more like an R8? Andy, if you don't have a race, don't find one by hitting the chicane. Yeah, that was pretty poor hitting the chicane. Let's see what we've got here then. Checking the stream. I was paused for some reason. Oh, we've got a battle here. Nice. Magnum Dong 92, all the way from Cyprus. Is obviously coming from the back. I know it's working. Ian, the manufacturer don't understand this is Mazda. They sponsor GT Sport with cars of all performance. Yeah. I don't know why they didn't make the RX Vision GT3 just a really good car. Because it sounds so good. I'd love to just... like, there'll be no Mazdas here. But I'd love to just have more Mazdas in the races, even if I'm not driving them. Russell driving crap so they can't get a rhythm. Yeah, maybe one of those days. Grid starter rolling. Let's be helpful to Stefan the dad. Rolling. Someone's going to beat me to it. Rolling. It's a Limp Bizkit start here. See what we can do. Steve, second and third corner can easily lose half a tenth there. By second, do you mean the left-hander? Kind of the first real corner? Because you can lose much more than the tenth. You can lose tenths all the way up the hill. I think technically it's a second corner, but really, for us, it's like the first real corner. Yeah, I agree. You can use half a second there. Like, sometimes it doesn't feel that bad, but because you're going uphill, you're just losing the time. GT Grandad, love the AMG actually trying to save up to get the S63. I don't know what the S63 is. Is that in the game? Right, so we've got a R8 ahead. I'll be interested to see how the R8 does. So who said there was a disconnection? What's this chap doing? Bit of weird stuff by this chap on the left. It's going to be quite a tight corner for me now. Oh, I thought he was going to go for the move. Ooh. It's all congested behind. It's quite painful, these corners in the Aston. It's like the car doesn't really want to do it. Whoa, whoa. That's the AMG. No, you can't go 2x2 here, but we're going to do it anyway. We have the speed. Finally, we got some racing. Come on, Mr. AMG man. Someone may have got pushed wide there. Russell nearly rolled. It's a bit of an aggressive move that, when you kind of just you slide across someone, but I think it is a legitimate place to make a move. Like, this corner's not really a place to make a move. Woo! I've nearly binned it at that corner so many times. Might get a bit of breathing space now. Real life car. S63. Don't know what an S63 is, but there I was in an E-Class thinking this is the nicest car I've ever been in. Maybe an S63 is nicer than that. Is that an S-Class then? Is an S-Class nicer than an E-Class? Don't really know. I used to spin it on that corner so much when I started playing GT Sport. It's just not one where you can be very heavy with the throttle. Just came in there a little bit too hot. I wonder if you can take this flat. Should we try it? That was basically flat. That was an instinct kind of hair of a lift. S-Class is pure luxury. Nice. Well, sounds like a good thing to... I don't know what a word is. Aspire to and get. Ooh. That's pretty poor. Very inconsistent around that corner. It's funny, they have a board for understeer on that corner as like a fake advertiser. They knew what they were doing. I can't believe that's a faster lap. Let's try and break a tad earlier here. Nope. Looks like some kind of carnage behind. I made that my own death hairpin. Very close to the inside. I don't think I've ever hit that, but that's probably as close as I've been. Just getting it around these corners now. Ooh, my words. Almost hit it again. This track would be lethal in a kart. It's a little bit of a shame that they don't have a kind of shorter variant of this track that just incorporates the dash chicane. Because it'd be really fun to do karting races here. It'd be full meme territory. Andy, anyone in DA lobbies? We're all over the shop. It's like we've been it's like we were meant to parachute into the same lobby and things went horribly wrong. The plane got shot down, we had to bail, and we were all spread out. Andy's in the DA lobbies, I'm in the CBs. Dotonators, we don't know where Dotonator is right now. We're all trying to link up. Try to get the screenshot. The button's different in this one. GT I've always wanted to get either one. They really nice. Had an Audi S4 before. Nice. Barry, wealthy man who lives in the same village as me, owns an S-Class. It's unbelievable looking sign. It is big. Very nice cars. As I said, I was in an E-Class the other day, and as I was inside I was like, this is the nicest place. This is the nicest car, room, whatever I've ever been inside. Just a very nice place to be. And I know the new Teslas, the Teslas have, you know, the big tablet thing. But actually this E-Class did the same thing, but much more elegantly and integrated. It's all like electronic dash and navigation and cameras and all of that jazz as we go up to ASR. And oh, and yeah, you just moved up in the odd account. Already up to A, Andy, on the SR. It's faster than we've ever done. Should we do one more Seaside, then should we go over to Tsukuba after this? Just for lols. Do one more of these and then we'll go for Tsukuba. GT Grand is on AD. Is that possible to be on AD? Is that not a reset? If it is AD, then I'll be a bit careful maybe with the SR. So we've gone up to the heady heights of 65 SR, which is basically as high as we've ever been on this account. So very well behaved at the moment, picking up about 1000 DR a race, but it's a slow slog to get there. Nathan with a 37.4. Now if I remember, the top 10's 36.9s, so that is very close. But then Nathan is alien pace. I don't know what car that was in. Is that in the Huracan? Dotonators BB. I think we're covering all the lobbies. I'm surprised we're not in the same lobby, Dotonator. Oh, I guess it's because there's more of a spread with the DR down here. Oh, DA. So GT Grandad and Shadow's alt account might be in the same lobby. I might be in the same lobby as Dotonator. In fact, I might be in Shadow and GT Grandad's lobby. Now I'm a newly badged A SR rank driver. Nathan's a CC. In the Huracan. Is the Huracan particularly good over the S's then? Seems like we get quite a decent amount of credits for winning races, so maybe in a couple of races we'll actually be able to afford a Beetle. Donator, I think Race B is quite well populated, so it's making it hard to meet up. Yes. I think we will deploy the A+ account this week at Seaside, which will be a bit heart and mouth going through the chicane, but maybe we'll do that tomorrow. Try and set a good quality time. Quality is so important. Andy, Hurricane is very slippy in the back end. Sometimes the slip is good for the rotation, and it's just all about progressive throttle application. So, for example, the hairpin before dash chicane is all about progressive throttle. If you try and slam on the throttle there, because the corner actually keeps going after the hairpin, you can't be perfectly straight. It's very easy to spin out. I think once you start being very progressive with the throttle, you stop spinning out there. But I'm enjoying driving the Aston. It feels like a driver's car. I'm not sure you can say that the Scirocco is a driver's car. Nathan, I've had 1 mile an hour more than the top time through the first of the S's, and hit the exit of all three at the same speed as the top guy, and got 1 mile an hour more than the top guy at the end of the straight out of the S's. It looks like very good over the S's. Are you doing that thing where you basically go over the curb? Because I think that seems to be mandatory for the very top times. Should we set a quality time or not? Let's not. It'd be more fun if we don't. We'll set quality times on the main account. Try and get into the 37s. I think a good place to aim for. But yeah, it's a rare night of not having complete craziness on the alt account because we've set a quality time. Yeah, I can report my own time and get it eradicated. Nathan just can't hook up the first 2 corners and the tight right after the S's. There's 3/10 there. Yeah. The tight right, I think there's different lines you can take in different cars. Some cars all over the curb. Other cars you don't need to be all over the curb where it unsettles the car. And then the first couple of corners, again, some cars you can really get on the inside, and then you're very easily flat all the way up the hill. Other cars it unsettles if you take that inside line on turn 2, so you compromise a bit for turn 3 and you have to lift a little bit, which I think is what I'm doing in the Aston. Early upshifts help there as well. If you're going to run wide, an early upshift can kind of bring it back into line. But yeah, it's good to be back at Seaside. I think last time there was a week where Seaside and Monza came up, which are my 2 favourite tracks in the game, and I think it was just a very busy week for me, and I didn't do them at all. But this week, hopefully, we can kind of get stuck in at Seaside on the main account and have some good battles. Now we've got the A+ account, hopefully we can race against some very fast drivers and have some very good battles there. And Seaside is a good track for that. By riding the curves will bring slight oversteer, yes. But if you can... So for example, for the hairpin before the dash chicane, the oversteer is really helpful there. I take oversteer there any day compared to understeer. Nathan could do one more race. Maybe we'll be in the same lobby. Which I'd be surprised if it's CA. But we will see. 1 minute to go till the race. Good to be back on GT Sport. So plan for this week. So Wednesday I'll try and give FIA a crack on the main account. But I've never driven Goodwood before, so at some point tomorrow night I'll have to practice Goodwood. Then I do want to upload some karting videos. I do want to try and edit these ones, do an edit, like I've done with my other videos where I have all the graphics and stuff. So that I haven't edited a karting video since I started streaming, I think, because it just takes up so much time and it takes up so much computing time, rendering different bits and bobs. So we'll see. It's a lot easier to just upload a 360 no commentary video, but I'll have a think about it. James Smith, stream maybe want to play. Wished I hadn't now. 2 SR downs and back down to a C. Sorry about that, Dane Smith. You'll be back in no time, I'm sure. Let us know what happened though to get down to that C. We haven't had any SR downs yet, but we haven't been battling. I think this does show that how important qualifying is. If you qualify well, it's like you're playing a different game. Who have we got here? Still no people that I really recognise, but looks like we'll have some good battles. Someone in the Hurricane at the top. GT Grandad, Danny, that has happened to me many times. I got inspired watching Knockers to bits. We need a don't try this at home banner. I have that as a GIF. Because I do all races on this account. I've done all the Tsukuba ones, special stage, all the madness. We were very lucky with the main account that we didn't get reset, to be honest. There were about 4 or 5 occasions where we lost 20, 30 SR that could have been a reset. Andy, you could always premiere the karting and commentate live. I could do. So the thing is, if I do that, if I don't edit the karting video, no one who's watching it will be able to understand what position I'm in at various points in the race, because you're lapping traffic. So that's the thing, when I edit it, I can put the position up. And there's no shortcut for doing that. It's not something you can do in YouTube and post. It'd be great if you could, just YouTube had a very simple editor where you could just put text. I don't know why that isn't a feature, but... Loopy just found half a second using the Beetle. Nice. Presumably around the S's. Probably turning quite well. Yeah, I think the Beetle's going to be a good car here. GT Grandad, I'm going to show you guys my karting skills soon when I find out how to upload to Discord channel. Nice. I think you can upload videos to Discord, or if you can't, you can just upload a link to your YouTube videos, even if they're link only. Okay, Loopy smashing it at 39.1. Danny Smith with Roswell. Well, the man himself is here. GoPro Studios used to be so good for basic rating. Yeah, it's just... Why is it such a pain just to do very simple edits? Such is the life of doing edits. It does. Anyone who does edits of videos, especially of real life footage, it can just take such a long time to do something that seems relatively simple. And I do have to balance up the kind of time in, time out, you know, opportunity cost. Is it worth my time doing that? Or do I just upload them as 360s and it's kind of job done? Move on to the next thing. I'll have to think about it. Even Jimmy Broadbent, you know, every round he goes to, he has the cameraman, but you don't see all of the rounds on YouTube. Maybe the footage isn't good enough, or they just don't get around to editing it, but it takes up a lot of time. I love overtaking here. Got lucky, the guy behind span. That's one of my favourite places to overtake. Just invites an overtake. We hit about 3 different walls there. Oh, sorry, mate. Good battle now. You don't really want to be on the inside here, you want to kind of be on the inside here. Whoa, I came in really hot. That was very messy, I wasn't expecting that. Try and get back into the race, moving backwards. I seem to be having a lot of calamities at the chicane, so we'll see if we can sort that out. Very hesitant on the throttle there. That was pretty poor. The guy had hit the wall and I'm still not catching up. Looks like 3rd and 2nd might have a battle. Now what we're going to do here, should we go down the inside here and just try and get it done on the brakes? Nope. Well, it's good to be battling finally. I'm not just doing time trial. I'm not going to overtake him in the S's unless something massively goes wrong, so... Oh, sorry. SR down. I mean, I was saying we're not going to take him in the S's. I didn't need to be that close. It should have been about setting a move up here. Anyway. Bit of a messy race on my part, to say the least. Hit that wall again. I think we should be trying to overtake this Viper. Oh, he's gone that way, okay. I'm just going to try not to outbrake myself this time. Oh, 3rd place went wide, but we also didn't have a great corner. Bit of that snap oversteer. Well, we can only kind of hope for a yellow flag now. And a death. As morbid as that is. Been quite poor through that corner actually this race. Oh no. Plebbed it and a penalty. I'm really not doing a good job through there. Oh, third place. Oh, that was the leader. So I wasn't the only pleb in that race. Yeah, I need to sort out that dash chicane, because I know I'm in the Aston, but it shouldn't be that difficult. I think I'm being a bit sketchy on entry and hitting that curb and bouncing around a bit and then getting very close to the barrier on the right hand side, sometimes hitting it. And I'm getting too unsettled by that. Oh yeah, we got a penalty. We lost those places. Whoops. Loopy, the time I found was because of the Frey Bentos livery. Good livery's worth a few tenths straight off the bat. I fully agree with that. If you have a good enough livery, it distracts drivers around you. But yeah, that was a really poor race, actually. We lost a ton of SR, no doubt. So we were 65 SR. Oh, we're now 61. Okay, it's not that bad. Yeah, it's a shame I can't jump into a beta. I just feel like I would really enjoy it. But it is what it is. It's a long time till the Tsukuba race. So maybe we'll keep cracking on at Seaside. I think maybe we'll see someone in this lobby. That bloke in hat, amazed by the Lexus. Is that another shout for a car at Seaside? This is all I've got on this account. Andy in the F-Type. Oops. So I think we'll stick with the Aston, but we are dying a lot. Quite a few deaths. Dan Smith, driving like that, I may as well cancel my PS5 order. Well, out of punishment. Andy, Kireth, can you please do a few clean races? Are you guys ahead of me? Because I didn't have a clean race. I hit the barrier a lot, and I think I hit someone else and got an SR down. Nathan, my fastest time was in the McLaren. Okay. Yeah, the McLaren looks to be up on that leaderboard. Is there any Group 3 car I can buy for 350,000 credits? I'm searching for a price list. I think they're all going to be 450, I would assume. Yeah, got no cars on this account. Got no cars. So, and we spent all of our money on this Aston, which I'm not driving very well. But the cheap thing to do is just to become a better driver. Nathan up to SRB, so maybe I'll be in the same lobby as Nathan. Roswell, I'm ranked BC at the moment, so not going brilliant. Was BB at the start of the day, so it's going well. I did a 138.4, I think, in the race in McLaren. Not so how good that is. I don't know about race pace, but I think qualifying pace, anything in the 37s is decent. And the lower you can go, the better. So I'd be happy with the 37 when we qualify properly. To lose a second from a top 10 around Seaside, I'd say probably I'll lose about 2/10 by the first hairpin. And I'll probably lose 3/10 through the S's. So that's half a second. I'd probably lose about, yeah, 3/10 through next hairpin and then dash chicane, and then 2/10 the last corner, something like that. So add up to a second. Leafy Beetle is 450k. Yes, that's the most expensive beetle in the world, unfortunately. Anyway, it's just I need to get better at the dash chicane because it's kind of disrupting my rhythm. Danny Smith, I honestly feel like I'm wasting my time no matter how long I play if I never improve. Yeah, exactly what Loopy says. It's just about fun. It's when you talk about improving, the lobbies are a moving target because everyone else is improving their driving and it's all variable. And as you move up, you keep facing better drivers. So I don't think that's a good marker as to how you're improving. But the most important thing is having fun. But in terms of improvement, I wouldn't pay too much attention to the points and the rankings. It's more, do you feel a bit more confident in the car? Do you feel like you can anticipate things a little bit better? I would say. Barry, I can do 37 in NSX. I'm sure you can. I'm sure the NSX would be a good. Yeah, this guy's an NSX. It's a twitchy car if you can control it, which I can't. Nathan, I'm 0.2 down in Sector 1, 0.4 down in Sector 2, 1 point in Sector 3. That sounds... But I'm sure, Nathan, I'm sure you will nail the S's, and when you nail the S's, you'll be very close to the top 10, because that second sector will go down to like 0.1 down. All of the top drivers that I've seen before that take the S's, they take all of the curb on the middle one. They go over the curb. They actually basically ignore the curb and really straight line it. GT Grandad, Loopy was loving your stream later. Yeah, do check out Loopy's stream. We're lucky in this kind of community. You get people that stream all times of the day. It's a bit like a radio station in that regard. Just different DJs. Russ, we're new to the lobbies, Danny, on Sunday. It's great for learning before you jump into these. Yeah, I completely agree. I definitely noticed an uptick in my... What's the correct way of putting it? Familiarity, confidence with the tracks. Once we started doing the Sunday lobbies. I haven't done the Sunday lobby this week, and maybe that's why I'm hitting the chicane and doing kind of some stupid mistakes, because otherwise I would have ironed those mistakes out on Sunday. Right, race B and race C is about what car you feel comfortable driving. Yeah, I remember there was a race B at Spa a couple of weeks ago, maybe a couple of months ago, I can't remember. And I think the RCZ was... Everyone was in the RCZ. Top 10 was RCZ. Everyone in the race was RCZ, but I was in the Scirocco because I really enjoyed it in the Sunday lobby when we didn't know what the OP car was going to be. And I was doing quite well in the Scirocco, actually. Because I just felt really comfortable in the middle parts of Spa in the Scirocco in third gear. Ros, we need to hook the curbs at this track to get the best time. Usually cut T2. Yes. And hook the right. Yeah. I think you're right. It's that you kind of cheat the physics model a bit by getting your inside tyre on the inside of the curb and just getting a bit extra rotation. Whereas in real life, you wouldn't you wouldn't do that. It's not something you could do in iRacing. But in GT Sport, I think, yeah. I think hooking it is the right way of phrasing it. See you, Barry. Thanks for joining. Always appreciate your insight. And your racing nous. Let us know what time you get tomorrow in the NSX. I'm sure it's going to be a good time. Ow, anyone racing? I think a few of us are going to be in the next race, or they're probably in different lobbies. GT Grandad, I wish I'd come across you guys back in March when I started playing the game and supported some drivers that I now think I'd prefer donating to you now instead. You don't have to donate. No one has to donate here. In fact, you can't donate. Because I don't think it's... I don't think I need donations. I'm very lucky to do something I enjoy and stream it, and people also enjoy it, and we have that time together. I don't need to get donations. But other people do it for a living, so they need the donations. So, but if you enjoy it, GT Grandad, it's just great to have you around in the community. I can't see Nathan here. So it's this Portuguese guy. So both first and second, we plebbed it. We really plebbed it big time in the last race. Let's see if that translates well into Portuguese. Al's in the C A lobby. Al, we would have been with you, I'm sure. Sorry, Al. I bossed it last race. Okay, we're going this race, and then I'm not. Will we get out and be able to do the next daily race A? I'm not sure. If so, I don't want to go too much past midnight. I've got an early start tomorrow. So we'll do this race and we'll do one more. We can try a race A for the lols, so maybe we do one more race A, we'll see. Al's in a Spanish sandwich. Nice. Hope you make some friends there, Al. Let's rev that car. Loopy, I've been logged on for 175 days and have done more than 1,500 races. That is impressive. That is quite a lot of races. I think I'm on about 600. I think. On my main account. Right. Let's see what we do. And try an all full screen, my bad. Right, let's put Mr. Andre 3000 under pressure. Whoa, got such a better exit there. It's not really a place to overtake this, but we're going to do it anyway. No SR down for me. I probably invited that. I did think he sideswiped me a little bit. But it isn't really a place to overtake. So maybe he's just standing his ground, saying, what are you doing here? Yeah, I'm not confident there. I'm having to be on the brakes. When you're on the apex ahead of the guy behind, you can actually be quite leisurely getting on the throttle because there's not much you can do. It's a bit like being behind a safety car. It's got a good run here. Compromise exit. Might be a good battle, this. I tried to avoid it. I tried to dive out of the way. Nice. Stylish. Right, race on. Ooh, very wide. Maybe dirty tyres, I don't know. Battle of Enman and Peter Andre, yeah, that famous tiff. Peter Andre on the Portuguese alt account. I think we can catch these guys up if we don't pleb it here. Someone plebbed it. I feel like there should be instant emojis in GT Sport you can just have hotkeys for. So I could just do an ROP emoji there. Yeah, F for the Renault. Andy, I thought I'd try an NSX time trial, not yet improved. If you can handle the NSX, I'm not very good in the NSX. Very poor on exit there. It's like a third and second having a good battle there. That's what we like to see. Catching up with this German ahead. Right, second and third, surely... Oh, he's got a penalty. Surely he's going to go for a move. No. I would have definitely gone for a move there. It's quite a nice delivery on this Aston. Someone plebbed it? Yeah. Peter Andre. Don't unghost, please, Peter. Oh no. That's caused absolute chaos and Peter Andre's come back through. Now, was that 4D chess from Andre? What an absolute mess that was. We're going to go for a big move. Take that, Andre. Steers are happy with that move. Andre might be coming through now. That was a big old send. Vipers all ends up. All ends up. This race has just disintegrated. It was masquerading as a proper race, but now it's showing its true colours. It's just a joke. Let's get all over these curbs. Maybe that was too much. Nice bit of drift there. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Oh, Peter Andre hit the wall. I haven't done one race yet where I've had a clean race, have I? I thought we were going to get punted there. Ow, why do I bother? Car came back on track, I get a 1 second pen, then spin. Then coming out of Ghost, I get 4 seconds. Just ridiculous, yeah. What can I say? The unghosting is always a bit tense. You don't have that problem in iRacing because there's no ghosting. But in GT Sport, the unghosting can be a bit weird. Especially in penalty zones. Out of penalty zones. Road Warrior Mats, that was insania. Sorry to that, Al. Ghost system is broken. Why should I get a penalty due to car come back and try? Yeah, I agree. If you skip back on this live stream to lap 3 through the chicane, and you'll see some ghosting carnage. Oh, I think we'll do one more recipe. Nathan, 637.5 race time, 37.4 fast out, 10.2 seconds ahead of PT. 37.4 in race trim is very, very, very fast, I'd say. To be half a second off the top 10 in a race is very fast. Why did I not get a congratulations from Sheppy? Come on, Sheppy, mate. S. Gallagher 1512, Spanish. What is wrong with you all? Mr. Gallagher not happy? He's thinking about saying something. There's only one Spaniard left. Is it worth saying something? He was thinking about it. No, he thought better of it. Oh, Sheppy did. Sorry, Sheppy, mate. Sheppy is a nickname for the rapper Schepter. Right, we'll go for the 10-2 race. Nathan, on BB now. Getting there, need to give the top guys a run for their money. I think you've definitely got the pace. The only thing is when you get an SR down in a race, you get an SR down normally because there's been contact. And there's been contact and probably someone has been unfairly done. Either you've got a penalty and you don't agree with the penalty, or someone else has rammed you through and they've got through or whatever. But the dangerous thing is once you get one SR, it kind of the situation leads itself towards getting more penalties. So one SR down can quickly go to 2 to 3 to 4. And then once you've got 4, you reset. So I have a switch in my head now, which is as soon as I see one SR down, I just tone it down a bit because it's not worth the pain of crawling back from a reset. Speaking from experience of having been reset. I feel like someone who's gone to jail saying, yeah, it's not worth it. Don't do that crime. It's not worth having to rebuild your life. The criminal record. Russell, a bit better last second, and a 38.2 in the McLaren, not hooking up, so lots of time to be found. Yeah, hopefully we can all get into the same lobbies this week, because I think we all enjoy this track and this combo. Yeah, you can't trust Nathan's tyres. Times. Or tyres, for that matter. But yeah, good battle in that race. I wouldn't mind racing those drivers again. Mr. Andre. Hope you're enjoying the race this evening. Please do feel free to tap that like button if you have a like to give. And even consider subscribing if you want to the channel. We do stream GT Sport most nights. Do want to do some more iRacing on stream. Yeah, also feel free to join the Discord if you're watching. There's a link in the description where we talk all things GT Sport, penalties, daily races, FIA, etc. But yeah, good to be back streaming. The streaming setup has got to the point where it just works. We withstood the internet blip today when we went down to 1 bar. We're still here. Tat Grant! Morning, Tat Grant! Do you have a go fast switch in your head as well? And that one's actually, I'm waiting for British Gas to come around and fix that one. That one's been broken for a few months, the go fast switch. Unfortunately. I've only got the go slow one. Evening, Nathan. We'll see you next time. I'm sure you're going to get that quality time right down to low 37s, and then yeah, a few cracks at the dailies and you'll be back up AA, A+. Have you been Tat Grant? Haven't spoken for a while. Hope all is well down under. GT Grand, I got some work. Then get the SR up. Yeah, it's a bit of a shame how GT Sport has kind of become SR Management Simulator 2020. Wow, it's going to be 2021 soon. I was going to say, where did 2020 go? But I think we all know where 2020 went. But yeah, we'll see what they do for Gran Turismo 7. Loopy had my first race in the daily race with iRace yesterday. Nice! Who won? We still got to sort out the 1v1 between Steve and iRacer at a track that is acceptable to both. Our anger, pure anger, has got me into the 139s. Let's refresh this table then. There we go. 139.6. Not bad. Not bad, Hal. Tat Grant, travelling back and forwards from my wife to our house over 1,200 kilometres away. How far would 1,200 kilometres get you in the UK? So that's what, about 800 miles, give or take? A little bit less? We call it 800. Would that be like Cornwall to Scotland? Loopy, I started in 11th and finished 4th. Iris started 8th and came 3rd. Interesting. Oh, I'm going to sneeze. Whoa. That's alright, it doesn't go through the internet. Well, some would say you had a better race there, Loopy. But good results, both of you, 3rd and 4th. Grant, that's just staying in Queensland. Yeah, Australia is like incomprehensibly big, I think, for me. If you put Australia, if you cut out Australia on a map, presumably it would just cover most of Europe. But I understand the middle part is, there's not a lot of people there. Let's see what the SR take. Bear with me a second. I have to type in this profile. I went to my main profile. 51,944 SR. which we will lose. We will lose it all, no doubt. I'm not too attached to it. $66 SR. Keep getting a lot of adverts here. And 12,000 DR. So we're picking up DR at a rate of about 1,000 a race. Made up 6,000 today. Evening, McFlurry. Hope you're well. Good to race with you on Friday in SSBB. If anyone's interested in racing in SSBB, do you get in touch with McFlurry, or there's an SSBB account in the Discord. It's very high quality racing. GTS Bocker. I think he's actually a fast driver. Yeah, Barry with a warning, I think, from SSBB. I need to relay that on to Barry. All the incidents do get fully investigated. I'm seeing a few more beetles around. Radio Mats, Australia is so big, they shrink it on a globe. Just get rid of the middle stuff. Billy, I'm going on a tour in Australia this week with work. That's very cool. That's a good thing to look forward to. Australia next year. It's far enough away that you'd think it's probably going to be fine. And also it's a big enough, it's far away to go that you can look forward to it already, I would say. Oh, the game has crashed. Were you going to be in my... Because I'm BA. The Gremlins were just... They were not going to let us race together to get today, Al. There is 14 people in this lobby, isn't it? 16 normally, so maybe one of those was you. That's a shame. But we'll race together again very soon. Loopy, Sydney to Perth is nearly 4,000 kilometres. I've driven it plenty of times. Surely that's a hell of a road trip. And lots of... I don't know how many days that takes. But lots of stopping in... You know, not bars, but... You know, stops. Truck stops. In my head. Thanks, McFly. Yeah, it was up and down for me. It's not my favourite track. My racing has been quite up and down recently. Actually, even in F3 today, I should have won that race, and I made a mistake and came third. Watford Dave in second place. Oh, you're going down to CB, okay. See you, Andy. Andy doing a lot of work behind the scenes on the Frey Rentos team versus team stuff. I don't know when my camera changed there. Full screen, whoops. We are full screen. Oh no, we're not. I was looking at the screen within the screen and like thinking we were full screen. Right, concentrate. Watford Dave. Enjoying life in the championship where he belongs. Watford Dave, an avid cannabis user. Watford Dave gonna go for it. Nope, 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 don't punt off Watford Dave. Ah, we punted Watford Dave, no. Whoops, SR down. Car behind's got quite a good exit. What is it? For Dave goes defensive. Car behind was quite sensible there. As a Swede, you would expect no less. I'm getting the feeling Watford Day is quite impatient. Oh my gosh, look at the radar. It's gone ace combat. Right, Watford Day is going to have to serve a penalty, and he's gone very defensive. I would say that's actually not really being defensive. Contact. No contact, really nice. Someone lost out behind. As we say goodbye to Watford Dave and hello to the Schlafhound. Ooh. Something I would like to do on the stream in lobbies is for me to not race, but to have everyone in a party, and I can kind of commentate on the race, but also I can drop people in and out. I can unmute and unmute people. So as I'm commentating on the race, I can drop in on the drivers. Whoa. I've caused a bit of chaos there, I'll be honest. But does that make sense? So everyone will be in a party, or some people in a party who are racing. And I can selectively, whoa, Watford Dave's back. I can selectively drop in on people. So we could drop in on Watford Dave now and say, Watford Dave, what's going on? How's the race going? Good move by the German there. That is a great move by the German. That's move of the day for me. Schlafhound's still there. Puntage. Because of that, we lost out to the Beetle. I might get a penalty for that. Look. Back in the midfield on the ulti count. It's good to be back. It didn't feel right being up front. It felt too clean. There's no soul. It felt like a new build house. Now we're back on the estate. He hasn't gone defensive here, maybe to his cost. Oh, good move. Just left him enough space there, I think. Let me know if you disagree. Right, Watford Dave is in a big battle at the front with the German. I'm sure Watford Dave loves Germans. This RCZ, I can't shake it. Pressure's on now for Dash game for everyone. Oh no, we missed that, so I was looking behind. Ah, no. Oops. I really wanted to get here ahead of him, but he hasn't gone defensive again. Drag race now. I was pulling out all the dirty tricks there against the Italian, I'll be honest. But he won. Fair enough. Bare knuckle fighting. Good race. That's what it normally like. That's what it is normally like on the odds count. And I do enjoy it. It's a good way of learning the track and getting race sharp, battle sharp. Before we go onto the main account. Attack Grind, you forgot to turn on his concentration switch. Yeah. There's too many switches. It's like a fuse box. Anyway, good race. We lost SR again. But if the last race anything to go by, we won't have lost that much. If anything. A lot of red SR downs there. But yeah, good race. I think what we'll do tomorrow is we will go on the main account. We'll do some quali. We'll try and get a lap time in the low 137s. And we'll do that. But then what we will also try and do is we'll try and do some practice for manufacturers at Goodwood, because I've never driven Goodwood before. But it looks like a fun track. It looks like my kind of track. And it's always fun to learn a new track, actually. I didn't used to like learning new tracks. I always felt I'd be better off spending that time just driving a track you already know and being faster. But now I enjoy the challenge of learning a new track and finding that time and finding it as quick as possible. So we'll do that. I hope you've enjoyed the race this evening. Although we do normally go on well after midnight. I can't tonight because I've got some stuff early tomorrow. So we're going to have to end the stream. But do feel free to subscribe if you like the racing. We do race most nights, stream most nights. Do also feel free to join the Discord, where the conversation continues, as we say. Catch up on the chat. Go Bentos, yeah. We got some good results for Team Bentos this evening. It was alright. Leapy 3 days for that 4,000 kilometre. First day I left at 3 AM and drove all day for 1,600 kilometres. Stopped at 8 PM. Next day I did only about 1,400, slacking. Because I got a speeding ticket which slowed me down. Day 3 was easy. Okay. That's a hell of a journey. Right, it's funny how some will spend 8 hours driving on GT Sport but not driving 8 hours on the road. Yes. Although you can't actually kill anyone in GT Sport, as far as I'm aware. Unless you massively send someone. And then just the shame gets them. Steve just put up a pic of my rig. Using old frame at the moment, had a problem with the Omega. I will check that out. I think GT Granda's waiting for an Omega. But yeah, thanks everyone for joining. Thanks Ian. Thanks Steve. Thanks Tank Grant. Good to see you. Al, GT Grandad, Loopy, McFlurry. Anyone else who's watching. Thanks. We haven't streamed for a couple of days because we've been doing some karting. We've been doing some iRacing. But we will be back on tomorrow. Please do feel free to subscribe if you want to get the... Or you can hit the bell if you want notifications, but if you subscribe it will just come up in your subscription thing. As we will go on the main A+ account tomorrow and hopefully do a really good job at Seaside. That's the idea. I'm looking forward to it. We haven't raced on the A+ account since we got A+. So that should be good. And then Nations on, sorry, Manufacturing on Wednesday. And then SSBB on Friday, and we'll be doing some Frey Bentos team versus team stuff. And then Nations on Saturday. So that leaves Thursday. So maybe some iRacing on Thursday. We will see. But I hope everyone has a very, very good night. And Red Warrior Max. Sorry I missed you there. I hope everyone has a very good night on this Tuesday. Hang on. Where's technically Tuesday now? And see you all tomorrow. See you in the Discords. But other than that, stay safe and see you all next time. Thanks for joining.